succeed Peter Korda. Let's see how he handles it. Korda to serve first game. That looked out. Yes, called from the chair. Dennis Overberg already making an overrule on the first point. Forehand just missing the mark, just missing the baseline, and this time called by the linesman. Excellent return, so maybe his ploy of getting Korda to serve first is going to work. Korda having to come back from 2 sets to love down in his previous match to be here today. Well, what a game by Kucera, what a start. His confidence sky high after beating Sampras, and he breaks Korda to love. Could not have wished for a better start. So Peter Korda's slow start the other day nearly cost him. It didn't, as it turned out.
Time. Karol, Kucera to serve.
So it's going to be Kucera to serve, and Don's the cap for serving at that end. So the Slovak winning the first 5 points against, as he put it, his almost compatriot, Peter Korda. Korda with a forehand winner gets himself on the scoreboard, at least in terms of points won. Forehand from Korda is wide. That's Peter's wife there, Gina, on the right of the front row.
Out! 40-50. Two winners in this game from Korda.
both on the forehand side.
Use. Advantage Korda.
We may start the match with 2 breaks of serve. And of the hat, it looks like Miroslav Machia, the big cat, as he was called, and in many circles still is.
Use.
Terrific return, just couldn't finish it off. Off forehand from Korda did the damage and finishes it off with another forehand winner.
Advantage Korda.
That one there taking his opponent right out of court. And the 3rd forehand winner for the game.
Use.
And another one. 4 for the game to Peter Korda. He gets his 3rd break point after this exchange. The game with a backhand. Well, what a sensational game from Korda to break back and square the first set at 1 game all.
1 game all.
4 forehand winners and a backhand winner from the number 6 seed. Great tennis. So Kucera unable to consolidate his break of serve in the opening game.
Love 15.
First double of the match.
Love 30.
Four winners on the forehand, but he's also made 4 or 5 errors on it. 5 to be precise. So he needs to be careful here. Love 30. Hasn't won a point at his service yet, amazingly. Now he's broken the duck.
15-30. First serve.
Kucera unable to find the range on his backhand.
Just a sec, please, Peter. Thanks. 30-40.
So a possibility of 3 breaks of serve in 3 games to start the match. Couldn't control the hard volley. Korda going to the chair as he broken a string. He certainly discarded that restring anyway, so we'll presume that he has. And let's take a look at the point. Let's see if he's happy with the tension of that one. Scorer's deuce in the 3rd game. Kucera breaking to love in the 1st game. Korda breaking back straight away in the 2nd.
Advantage Korda.
Miss hit return presenting no problem to the number 6 seed to put it away. Couple of lengthy games. 13 minutes the match has been in progress, and we've just completed 2. The first one went fairly quickly, but the second was long, as is this one.
Correction.
Oh,
Replay the ball.
that's 2 overrules in 3 games by Dennis Overberg. He overruled on the first point of the match, which I thought was correct. That far line's a little bit too far away for me to see. He's a lot nearer, but on that angle, very hard to tell. So back to deuce.
Advantage Korda.
Got a forehand winner. And Korda finally closes out the game, but it was a struggle for him. He leads 2 games to 1 in the first set.
2 games to 1.
As I mentioned, 2 very long games. Korda having to save a break point. We could have opened with 3 breaks of serve in the first 3 games played, but it wasn't to be. Although it does give us an indication that perhaps these 2 are going to be in for a titanic struggle. Their form coming into the match would have certainly indicated that. 26 points played so far, and they've both won 13 apiece. Impressively, Korda 5 forehand winners. 4 of those came in 1 game, and the 1 backhand winner. And the Czech 7 winners in total to his opponent's 1. In the semi-final, of course, between another unseeded player, Nicolas Escudo of France, and the number 9 seed, Marcelo Rios. So if Kucera wins through, and if Escudo wins through, we'll have 2 unseeded players in the final. Mark Edmondson, the only unseeded player to win the tournament back in the 70s. That was when it was played on grass. He beat John Newcombe in that final. It was a memorable day. It was very hot, and a cool change blew through Kooyong late in the afternoon and overturned everything, including the expected result.
Love 15.
Although Edo would disagree with that. He's here this week, playing in the mixed tournament.
Love 30. Love 40.
That's a great shot, isn't it? When he steps into that, got class written all over it. Three break points to Korda. So Korda reels off 3 games in succession, including 2 breaks of serve. Interestingly, Kucera broke in the first game to Love. Then we had those tight games. Korda down a break point in the 3rd, and then breaks to Love himself in the 4th game. So 3-2. Can he consolidate on that?
He's
growing in confidence as the set grows older. Started sluggishly against Bjorkman, as I mentioned, dropping the first 2 sets. Korda's down the line shot, I think, was going wide until it caught the tape, brought it back into play. The result still went to Kucera, which I think was the fair one. Oh, sensational forehand down the line, Peter Korda. Beautiful shot. Oh, he's delighted there's in this game backhand and forehand winners. This is a gem. Curls it down the line, plenty of topspin. You won't see too many better than that played today. Almost his scissor kick as he played it. Another one. Whatever's on your shoes, Peter, I'd leave it there. Right on the paint. 7 forehand winners so far. And Kucera saving one of the game points here. Korda consolidates. 4 games in a row. The Checkers won.
4 games to 1.
I'll ask for it again.
I mentioned Mark Edmondson as the only unseeded Australian or only unseeded player to have won the Australian Open. It was in the mid-70s, but there have been 3 other unseeded men reaching the final. John Marks, who lost in 78 to the left-hander Guillermo Vila. Steve Denton, the man with a very big serve, he lost in 81 to Johan Creek, former South African who moved to America, play out of Naples in Florida. And Carlos Moya, of course, you would recall last year, he lost to Pete Sampras. Lovely view of Melbourne there, the central city area with the Yarra River snaking through it. 61 bridges over the river from its source to its mouth. Peter Korda looks in fine touch.
Love 15. Love 30.
The power of the Korda forehand bringing the error from his opponent. And the set beginning to slip away now from Kucera, who after breaking in the opening game to Love hasn't won a game since. Nice bend at the knees, cross court with the double hander to give him
15-30.
a little bit of hope in this game. First backhand winner he's hit. 5-30.
Wait for this.
Oh, sensational, Peter Korda. Forehand winner number 8 down the line. Crowd just loving this display. That is an absolute gem. again, missed it. But still break point to Korda for his 5th game straight in the set. Although he injured himself there, he seemed to pull up a little bit awkwardly. Let's hope he's okay.
Deuce.
Korda sees the serve.
Advantage Korda.
So 3rd break point of the 6th game to Peter Korda. Kucera yet to win a service game in the set.
Game Korda.
Yorked him again.
Korda leads 5 games to 1.
Well, certainly out of the blocks much quicker than he was against Joris Bjorkman. And despite dropping the opening service game to Love, Korda reeling off 5 straight and will now serve for the first set, which has been in progress still under the half hour. There's another one. That's been the telling shot. Really the difference between the two players in the first set. The forehand of Peter Korda. 9 winners from it now. If you edited them all together, it'd be hard to come up which one was the best. That one was thereabouts. Lovely shot.
Well, 15. Thirty, 15.
Korda camp, I think, would be more than impressed so far. Not too many worries yet. Set it up with a good serve right at the body of his opponent. Didn't give him room to swing. Sets up 2 set points to Korda. It's the story of the old bull and the young bull at the moment. The old bull just a little bit too foxy. Oh, sensational way to end the set, Peter Korda. 6 games to 1 in 29 minutes. And he got knocked off in 3 by Mark Woodford. So what's going to happen to Kucera? First game, 2nd set. Yet to hold serve. Called in.
15 love.
Kucera must get off to a good start. Forget about the first set, it's gone.
30-15.
Double faults, 1 to Korda and 2 to Kucera.
Hmm. 30 all.
Could hurt him. Two for the game. Peter Korda missing a forehand. It's almost newsworthy.
Game Kucera.
So Kucera holds serve for the first time in the match, and he breaks the run of 6 games straight by Peter Korda.
First game, second set.
And he won 1 game in the first set. That was when he broke to love in the opening game. I think that's Miroslav under the hat, coach of Karol Kucera. Former finalist in the Open, beaten by Van Lindel in straight sets a few years back now. The big cat just didn't have the power to blunt the ferocity of Lindel on that particular final. A hot Sunday afternoon as it was.
Time.
And Peter Korda coming into some great form in the latter part of his career. Last year his best season since 1993. Likewise for Kucera. He improved the ranking from 63 to 25. A player with a red bullet like the rafters and the Aucklands of the circuit. With Korda intent on stamping his authority on this match from a very, very early point. He's done that. Took up another one. And the second for the set, 11 for the match. Peter Korda. He's hit them cross court. He's hit them down the line. He's hit them from mid court. He's hit them from the baseline. And he's got good judgment. This time the backhand. A love game to Peter Korda on serve to start the second set.
One game all.
He also hit 5 backhand winners. So Kucera will be just hoping and praying that his opponent will go off the boil a little bit and he can work his way into the match. Best of 5 sets. He won't be able to work his way into the match while Korda's playing like this. This is just an incredible exhibition. And another one. Well, the crowd loving this. And Kucera gets a good look at the ball as it goes past him and hits the backdrop. 20 overall winners to 3. Most have been on the forehand. A couple of service winners, a couple on the backhand. Peter Korda earning himself 3 points for the break early in the second. Which one saved?
15-14.
Somewhere Mrs. Rios and Escudero will be watching, and so far they won't be liking what they're seeing, with Peter Korda red hot. And he was playing on a clay court, possibly force of habit. Still break point for Korda. Doesn't like that ball. That's out and that's game. Korda gets the early break in the second set.
Korda leads 2-1.
It's a comprehensive pummeling at the moment. 6-1, 2-1. The number 6 seed Peter Korda has won 40 points to 25 and 10-6 in this set. I wonder if the pattern's going to be the same. In the first set, Kucera broke to love in the opening game. He also won the first game of the second set, and Korda's reeled off 6 games straight after that initial flurry by Kucera. Won the first 6-1, and now he's reeled off 2 straight here.
Time.
So the number 6 seed and 30-year-old veteran Peter Korda still happy to be playing tennis. He had a downer a few years ago in his career. In 95 and 96 he underwent surgery for hernia and groin problems. Threatened to end his playing days.
15-1.
He was ranked as high as number 5 in 1992, and during his career has dreamt of winning a big tournament. Maybe this one is going to be his. On today's form, he's going to take a lot of beating. He's not there yet, but he's done nothing wrong so far in this match. Backhand and forehand side, the winners have just kept flowing. 13 forehand, 6 backhand. And that's the first point he's lost on serve in this set.
30-15.
Shadow starting to creep across the court as we watch it from the reverse angle. Very useful serve, a left-hander, that one to the second court.
Game Korda.
The pattern continues. Peter Korda continues his domination. 3-1 of the second set. And Karol Kucera just wondering how he can turn it around against the old fox at the other end. Old by comparison, that is. Oh, he's even playing half volleys. He controlled that beautifully. The little hop to get it over the net. Didn't give there, didn't give his opponent too much. Got it as deep as he possibly could and finishes off with the volley. Oh, he missed one. Going to be a difficult time of the day on which to play centre court with the shadow creeping across. That ball there coming out of the sunshine into the shade. This point will be starting in the sun and staying there. Now from this side, the second court. And Korda's going for the towel before he receives. Kucera's toss will be in the sun, and by the time it gets to Korda, the ball, depending on which side he goes to, will be in the shade. Kucera holds serve and comes up to 2-3 in the second.
Korda leads 3-2.
And importantly for the young Slovak, just remaining the one break of serve down in the second, after being taken to the cleaners 6-1 in the first.
Time.
Dennis Overberg calls time. Miroslav Machir. It's like a cane cutter. Had great racket skills. Could do anything with a tennis ball. Didn't try to overpower the ball much here, but worked his way around the court like a cat, hence the nickname. Korda with a break in the second, 3-2.
Love. $15. Let's. That's it.
Korda and very quickly to put away the forehand volley.
13-15.
Hasn't come to the net too many times, but has been successful on 7 out of the 9 occasions that he has. So a little bit of a chance here for Kucera to perhaps retrieve that breakup serve, which he conceded in the third game. Shadow about a third of the way across the court. Difficult for the cameras too. You'll find the shading won't be right on one side, the iris just for the sunlight or the shade, but to have both in picture, you get the very dark contrast on the right and the over bright sunlight on the left. So you'll find the directors in cases like this will cut to other shots as often as they can instead of that elevated shot. Missed it. Korda maintains his advantage in the second set. The one service break-up, 4-2. The Czech leading the Slovak. First semi-final of the men's singles.
Love 15.
A little trot back to the baseline from Korda. Whips that forehand down the line again with plenty of topspin. Well, double fault like that, you can almost put it down to where the shadows are on the court. Makes it very, very difficult to sight the lines. 4 doubles to 1. He's standing very close to the centre line to serve from that end now. Moves back a little bit for the second serve. So 5 doubles to Kucera, 4 in this set. I think the light conditions having a lot to do with the number of errors and doubles we're seeing in these games. Korda didn't get much of a look at that. That ball stayed in the sunshine, straight down the centre. Kucera's first ace of the match. Oh dear. A rush of blood. Although the idea was right, I don't think had he made the shot that Korda would have been able to pick it up. Let's see where he is. What's the position of Korda behind the baseline? Probably wouldn't have got it. Back to deuce.
Advantage, Kucera. Left. First serve.
Gee, there's 3 in this game. Pretty hard to hold your serve if you send down 3 in a game. Korda missing with the backhand down the line. A shot that he should have made, and he knows it. Wife Regina enjoying the sunshine and the scoreline. Well, the backhand slice just wide down the line from Korda. Kucera holds his serve after somewhat of a struggle and remains down just the 1 break in the second set. Certainly was a must-win game for Kucera. He's to stay in the set and indeed the match. Had it been 5-2, Korda would have been serving for it. A nod there from Kucera.
Time.
Melbourne looking towards the western suburbs. You can see the tennis centre down in the bottom right-hand corner there of that picture, taken from the Whitman's lightship. Beautiful day in the Victorian capital.
Love.
Well, three brilliant forehands before Korda played the overhead, getting him the point. And a well-constructed point it was. The action of Peter Korda, the veteran, in tennis terminology at least, as I said, three good forehands and then finally the overhead to close it out. Korda, of course, already has a Grand Slam Australian title against his name. He won the doubles here a few years back. 96 it was, with Stefan Edberg.
14 love.
Korda going for his second love game of the set on serve. And gets it.
Korda leads 5 games to 3.
Peter Korda served 4 times in this set and has lost a total of 1, 2, 3 points only. Can't do much better than that, and as well as breaking his opponent in the third game. The oldest Grand Slam semi-finalist here since Mark Woodford reached the semis back in 1996 at 30 years and 4 months.
15 love. The
Martin Lundberg was round about the same age too. 30 years and 10 months when he got to the semis. Chip and charge from Korda, successful, quickly been in net for the put-away volley.
13-15.
That's too good. Well, Korda couldn't do much with the volley. As it turned out, it was just enough. He really just fended that off his body. We'll call it a forehand.
Game Kucera.
Good serve.
Please.
Kucera has now held his last 3 serves. He'll make Korda try to serve it out.
Korda leads 5 games to 4.
Well, speaking of the veterans in grand finals of Grand Slams, well, there has been one older during the 1990s. I'm sure you remember who it was. Jimmy Connors, of course. He turned 39 during the 1991 US Open, en route to the semis. The oldest Grand Slam champion, though, of the decade, Andres Gomez. He won the French in 1990, and he was then 30 years and 3 months. The oldest Australian Open champion, though, is here this week, and seemingly playing just as well as ever, Ken Rosewall. He won the title in 1972 at the age of 37 years and 2 months.
Time.
Teamed up with Fred Story today out on court 1 to beat Cliff Drysdale and Neil Fraser too. A match that was full of interest. Korda serving for the second set.
15 love.
Korda actually slipping there as his opponent wrong-footed him. It doesn't happen often, a slip on this surface. No damage done, that's the important thing. 30 all, still 2 points from set and a lead of 2 sets to love. And Kucera gets a break-back point. First he's had since the 3rd game of the match. The forehand retrieved the situation rather expeditiously. Confident smash. Brings up set point to the number 6 seed. Set up with another forehand and placed the overhead beautifully just inside the line. Likely to get his percentage of first serves higher. 51% only for the match. No, couldn't control it. Would have been a sensational shot if he brought that off. Take a look at it again. It was for the set for Korda. Well, he said, pass me if you can, and he came up with a pretty good shot to bring the error from Korda and gets his second breakback point here in the 10th game. Third use of the game. Slice, landing it right on the baseline, bringing the error. Second set point. And again, it was the forehand that did the damage to Kucera. Little clinch of the fist. Missed it. Seemed to be on top for most of the point quarter. Kucera was defending from about 2 metres behind the baseline. And the fourth deuce, which makes it the longest game of the match. Sun now nearly covering the entire court. Certainly it's covered the entire singles court. Too short. Korda will take advantage of anything hit like that. Set point number 3. And he wins it with an ace. Peter Korda leads 2 sets to love in the semi-final against Karol Kucera. No, that's a good, very good volley. He kicked it down the line. Beautiful shot.
15-1.
He must get off to a good start, Kucera. Korda's got the early break in both the previous sets. Although Kucera did lead 1-love, remember, in the first set, but then it was the number 6 seed that ran off 6 games straight. Couldn't stop him.
14-1.
This is better though. Love going to Kucera to open the third set. He leads 1 game to love.
First game, third set.
And the first time he's held serve to love during the course of the match. Peter Korda would love to win it in straight after being extended by Joris Bjorkman when he had to come back from 2 sets to love down. That will be in the back of his mind that he leads 2 sets to love here. He'll be very keen to keep his opponent out. Take a look at the summary of the second set. Korda getting his first service percentage up there, but it's still down for the match. Double faults. They hurt Kucera. 16 winners to Korda. Most of those again on the forehand side. And the unforced errors about even now. Korda has 3 more than his opponent, 25 to 22. Well, that's the point that Kucera wanted to win on Korda's serve, the first point. He's won 5 points straight in this set. Can he keep it going? Trying to come over the top of the backhand there, and a little bit of an opening here for Kucera. He hasn't had too many. But he must be getting close to a break, because when Korda served for the set in the 10th game of the previous set, he had to save a couple of break points before he closed it out. Yeah, the well-played point gives him the game and the break.
Leads 2 games to love.
And that's the first time he's broken Korda since the first game of the match. He'll be hoping better things follow, because after that game he lost the next 6. He's certainly playing better now. The double-hander. Well, a really good patch here for Kucera, finding some confidence in his game, getting a few good serves in. Chance for a 3-love lead. The signs were there in that last game of the previous set, which Korda managed to serve out when he struggled a little bit on serve. It's mind games now. Kucera will be perhaps believing that at last he's into the match. He hasn't won a set, but a great start in the third for him. Second set took 42 minutes. The first 28, which Korda won 6-1. Maybe a few nerves, although Kucera shouldn't be nervous, but a chance to get to a Grand Slam final for the first time. Got beaten in the first round of every Grand Slam last year, Karol Kucera, except the Australian, where he got to the second. Amazingly, at the US, which he's played 4 times, he's never got past the first round.
Time.
Kucera, of course, having age on his side, so he'll be thinking, well, if I can hang in and take this set, maybe if it gets to 5, I'd be a real chance against the 30-year-old. That's good touch and good shot selection. That shot didn't have to be brilliant there because Kucera was at least 2 or 3 meters behind the baseline. Late call. Korda just a glare for the linesman. Light conditions much better now with shade covering the entire court area. Got him. Well, if Korda loses this game, then he's as good as lost the set. Down a double break. He knows that.
30-all.
He must steady the ship right here. Appropriately, he does it with the forehand. 17 winners now off that wing. Dried up a little bit in the last couple of games, though. Lovely deep approach shot on the backhand. Into the net quickly for the put-away volley.
40-30.
Peter Korda in action. That's the high put-away volley. Gives him game point to get on the scoreboard in the third set.
Let's. First serve.
Well, there are good signs for Kucera now. Korda struggling on 3 service games in a row. Saved 2 break points in the 10th game when he served for the set. Broken in the second game of this set. And now deuce. He covered down the line. And the volley gets him a break point. Whipped it down the line, and Kucera was there for the put-away forehand volley. Good tennis. Well, forehand didn't work. Kucera gets himself a double break. What a turnaround in this match.
Kucera leads 4 games to love.
And the Slovak reels off 4 games in succession. Something akin to what Peter Korda did in the first set. So Korda down a double break.
Out. 15 love.
Yes, got him. He's growing in confidence, isn't he? Korda's only won 5 points in this set. His opponent's won 19. Make it 20. Korda probably realising that this set is gone. Suppose that's the best time to serve one if you're leading 4 love and 40 love. Well, has the game gone? It looked that way.
Advantage, Kucera. Game Kucera.
5 games in a row. 5 love. Kucera in the 3rd set, so we will at least see a 4th set of this match.
Kucera leads 5 games to love.
He races over to the chair. Now he's just giving the tension required for that restring to go out to the stringer. Gives it to the coach. I think he'll know the tension. So Miroslav has an errand to perform. Very happy with that set though from his charge. Got himself right back into the match. As I said, the signs were good in the latter part of the 2nd set. He was broken early on in the 3rd game, but Korda didn't achieve another break. In fact, Kucera very nearly broke back in that 10th game, but was able to quickly get on top of his opponent in the 3rd set. He now leads 5-1, 5 love. Korda to serve. Interesting to see what he does here, because he'd love to be serving first in the next set. So does he not go 100% here? Let his opponent win the set 6 games to love, which would boost the confidence of Kucera no end. I think it's a foregone conclusion he's going to win the set anyway. Korda already down love 15. Hasn't got a first serve in. Terrific backhand cross-court winner. So 2 points from the set now, Karol Kucera. There's won 24 points to 10 in the set.
14-30. Kucera leads 5 games to 1.
So Kucera's going to serve it out now, which means that Korda will serve first in the fourth set.
15.
That's assuming he serves it out here. The way he's been playing, we would expect him to do that. Two set points for Karol Kucera. Two sets to 1, Korda leads. Kucera takes the set in only 21 minutes, 6 games to 1. Two in fine style, 6-1, 6-4. Let's see if we can see the original Peter Korda stand up here.
15 love.
The original Peter Korda blew his opponent off the court in those first 2 sets with that blistering forehand. It largely disappeared in the 3rd set.
Love.
More like a quarter of old, isn't it? The off forehand. 18 forehand winners for the match. That's on the line. Backhand winners now 7 each. The double hander from Kucera. Well, just inside the line. Beautiful shot.
Game Korda. First game,
so Korda holds serve. He breaks his run of outs, although of course he did hold serve in the 6th game of the previous set. First game of the 4th. Early evening now in Melbourne. There is no night session. The last night session played last night, and all tennis here at the National Tennis Centre now during the day. And that's the final match scheduled for centre court today. So Korda seems to have got his act together once more after that lapse in the 3rd set. But Kucera will be certainly buoyed by his success there. He knows he's back in the match. He's got to hold his upcoming service game. That will be what he's focusing his attention on at the moment. He served much better during the previous set. First game was to love. The second he dropped just 1 point. He was then taken to deuce in the 5th game and dropped just a couple of points in the 6th. So a pretty good effort all up. Totally overplayed the forehand volley.
Love 15.
Lovely shot. Showed us just about everything at that point. Peter Korda, backhand slice, backhand topspin, and comes in to finish it off with a forehand. Totally wrong footing his opponent. Forehand winner number 19. And that one was as good as a winner. It brought the error from his opponent. That was the one that set it up for him. Love 40.
Let's. First serve.
What can Korda manufacture off a second serve? Well, the approach just not quite what he wanted. It would have been nice and deep, but it just floated over the sideline, assisted by the southerly breeze. So Korda getting the early break in the fourth set. Rejuvenated Petr Korda in the fourth.
30.
But Korda's done this right throughout his career. Against Cedric Pierlin, he looked in total command of the match, and then unaccountably he dropped 5 games in a row, got it back together again to win, and it looks as though he's done or is doing the same thing today. Oh, Petr. I guess I could say the idea was right. If you see where his opponent is, he's about 2 metres at least behind the baseline, but not the percentage shot. So he may have let his opponent back into this game. 30 all. Korda still made more unforced errors though than his opponent. 36-30. Strangely, he's made more errors on the forehand too. He's also hit 21 forehand winners to 6. Again, the forehand. Kucera making Korda work hard for this point. Worked him around the court. Great baseline rally. Good depth by both players. And finally, the number 6 seed finishes it off for another game point and a lead of 3-love in the fourth. Karol Kucera very unhappy with his effort there. Just hitting that backhand again. Korda gets another chance to go to a lead of 3-love. Which he does. And I think he'll breathe a sigh of relief too as he heads to the chair.
Korda leads 3 games to love.
For Gina there. Former pro herself. Korda seems to have weathered the storm at the moment, although he's not winning the games and the points with the same ease that he did earlier in the match. It's to be expected. Kucera playing under vastly different conditions than he enjoyed when he took apart Pete Sampras the other day. It was a night match, finished fairly late in the evening, about 11ish. Went to 4 sets.
Time.
Magnificent structure, the centre court here at the National Tennis Centre, Melbourne Park. The roof partially closed to give patrons a little bit of shade there during the course of the afternoon. The other one a little bit more open at the far end. So 4th game of the 4th. Kucera to serve, down love 3.
Love. Love.
A couple of cheap points by the Slovak.
Love. Next. First set.
Love game, and very quickly Korda finds himself serving again. Struggling in the previous game, didn't go down a break point. I think there were 3 deuces from memory. So probably Kucera would give himself a reasonable chance of breaking back into this set. 3-1. And you wouldn't want to know it. Korda coming out on top with another scintillating forehand and the vital opening point. Well, again, such great depth by both players on their ground strokes, getting both forehand and backhand. 21 more winners to Peter Korda. The slice shot from Korda bringing the error. Kucera trotting to the chair. Will he change his restring? He will. Maybe the one that's just come back from the stringer. A pretty quick job on it. We saw Miroslav Machir take it from a ball boy, and no broken string there that I can see. This must be his favourite racket. Korda in command of the net. See the number 6 seed at the other end working his way to the net. Finishes it off with backhand volley. Oh, double deuce. So the door opens just a little bit for Karol Kucera. Forceful serve and volley point. First serve in deep, in quickly for the forehand volley. Well played. The net cord certainly taking a hand there. Oh, that's Korda up to. He's got to change his racket as well. Oh, just going for the spring saver. Second consecutive service game. He's been taken to deuce. He's got the break in the second game of this fourth set. That makes it interesting, doesn't it? Kucera forceful and gets the break back. He was worked around the court from right to left and from left to right by Korda. He kept himself in it with some great scrambling, and he's now back in the set, and one dares to say back in the match. Kucera changed his racket, went back to his favourite one, which came back from the re-stringers, and it seemed to do the trick, getting the break back after Korda had won the first 3 games of the fourth set. So the left-hander not over the line yet. It may go to 5. If it does go to 5, well, Kucera certainly has age on his side. Korda, one of only 5 left-handers to break into the top 10 in this decade. He did it a fair while back now. It was back in 1991. More recently, of course, we've had Rios and Rosetsky doing it. The confidence of the Slovak would be certainly buoyed by that break back. He trails 2-1. The game's back on serve, 2-3. You see an error like that from your opponent first point. Does wonders for your confidence. That doesn't. What a point. The net court brought Korda in, and his superior volleying skills saved the day. The former Australian Open doubles champion with Stefan Edberg. And Kucera couldn't get past him. Oh, that was a brilliant lunge volley from Korda, and on what a vital point, it gives him 2 break points. Regina like that.
15-14.
And so the top players win the big points. That was absolutely tremendous. The ball dying a natural death. Oh, no. Well, what a way to win a game. What a way to save your serve.
Korda leads 4 games to 2.
Dead net court on game point.
In
point of fact, it was Kucera served my apologies, but what a point. Korda really lifting, though, in the latter part of that game. That lunge volley was absolutely sensational. He really had to dig deep into his bag of tricks there. Good game from Korda. After luck went his way in the previous one. Wasn't all luck, as I mentioned. So a couple of game points for 5-2. Oh, well, that one popped up again. And again on game point. Well, little wry look there.
Korda leads 5 games to 2.
They say they even out in the long run, but both of those net cords on game point. One for the break and one on his own serve. And Karol Kucera must be wondering what he's done. It's like the double fault. It's not how many you serve, but when you serve them, you get two like that at this stage of the match. So Korda getting himself once again into the box seat. Won the first 3 games, broke in the second. Kucera broke back in the 5th. Korda again breaking in the 6th. And holding there.
Time.
And time it may be. Peter Korda, runner-up in the French in 1992. Now to receive from Karol Kucera to stay in the match. Can Kucera make Korda serve it out? Keep serving like that, he will. 179k. His biggest has been 187. Again, the forehand from Korda down the line, setting up the point. Wasn't a bad defensive lob played by Kucera. Korda was equal to the occasion and put it away. That's the one that set it up for him. Not a bad defensive lob. He got it reasonably deep. Only about a metre from the baseline, Korda with the put away. 2 points from match. Peter Korda was already enjoying his best result at the Australian prior to this year. The quarter-final was his best effort. He's nearly in the final. And once again, 2 points from being in for the playoff at the weekend. Slav Machia, the coach of Kucera, remains fairly expressionless. Must hold serve. Korda gets himself his first match point. So a second serve on match point. Can Korda convert it? He can. He's in the final. Whoa! Oh, 3 cartwheels. What about the scissor kick? Will that come as well? Stand by, folks. Peter Korda's in the final. The first time here at Melbourne Park. 1, 2, 3 scissor kicks. He's a very popular player here.